So just dump the Wi-Fi. Hopefully that will sort it out. So we've gone from bloody cold to red hot, and Jesus Christ, sweating me absolute ball bag off. Not that you need to know that. So here we have from Retford. This is Harrison's Brewery. Recently, they've opened up to the world, and it's really interesting because the bloke who runs this, he's got like 15,000 YouTube subscribers, so he's pretty well known on YouTube and the grain brewing community. So this is their Plum Porter, 6.5%. So that's the same ABV as Titanic Brewery's Grand Reserve Plum Porter. So this is, for me, this is a really, really interesting, because I love St. Peter's Plum Porter. I think it's more earthy, but a great Plum Porter. I love Titanic's standard Plum Porter. Again, slightly fruity, more plummy, slightly sweet plum. And then the booze factor from the Grand Reserve, which is actually quite a price for what it is. But when it's a great beer, it deserves the price. So, got this from Kimberley Craft Ales over in Kimberley. Adventure Beer also a stock in. I'm not sure if they're stocking this, but they're stocking the this, locally. So here we go. Obviously, if you want Harrison's Brewery beers, and you live in other parts of the country, straight to their website. So on the back it says, Plum Porter, Fruit Porter. Our porter is a real, hold on a minute, a real hit in the brew shed of Retford. So we decided to step it up a notch with a touch of fruit, plum aroma and flavour from natural plum essence. At least, to being honest, lots of breweries aren't honest about what they use. I don't mind people using essence, because if it tastes as good, and sometimes, using essence is a better way to get the flavour than dashing plums in or dashing other fruits in. Trust me, it works. Bursts onto the scene and blends perfectly with the roast malt character of the dark, smooth, rich porter. 6.5% alcohol, 2.8886 units. Do I give a shit about units? No, I never did. Original gravity is 15.72p or whatever that means. No idea. IBU is 26, EBC is 24, calories are 268 calories. Who gives a fuck about calories? And serve at 8 degrees, volume 440 mils. So, hopefully not upsetting anybody with that comment about the calories. Yeah. Do I ever care about calories? No. I work hard, and yeah. Oh, smelling good at the moment. Oh. Plum Porter is one of my favourite beers of all time. Not just of the transition into the craft beer scene, but an overall top beer for me. So to get something that can get anywhere near Titanic and St. Peter's would be an amazing beer nonetheless. So this is a true, and I know what those beers taste like. I've tasted them many times. So the pour is actually quite a dark pour. It's neon black. I wouldn't say it is black, but it's neon black with I'd say a light beige head on there. Again, a beautiful plum aroma coming off this. Oh, it's ticking the boxes so far. It's ticking the Wraggy boxes. We're off for a stroll. Yeah, you haven't heard it in a while, but we're going down a certain road. We're going down, hopefully, Wraggy Avenue. Hey. And for those who watched the video where it's the end of Wraggy's beer, I didn't mean to scare anybody. Wraggy's beer reviews is here to stay. Yeah. And for the beer reviewers that hate me and don't like me, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. Oh yeah. smelling good. The aroma's top notch. Let's dive in. I'm bloody salivating. My mouth is wet. Yeah. My socks are as well, but that's for different reasons. I'm not even going to tell you about the my boxer shorts, but we won't go down that road. So, not as sweet as the Titanic. A little bit more earthy, like the St. Peter's beer. No, I'm not drinking this at 8 degrees. It's in the beer room. There's nothing I can do about that. Yeah, it's a bit warmer than 8 degrees. I need to get another can and do it out of the fridge and then review it. And I may need to get another can and do a triple standoff between this and St. Peter's and Titanic, which I think would be a great thing to do. So I will message the relevant people, whoever I can message, just to get one of these beers and say, look, I need to do a battle of the Plum Porters. Yeah, I need to get my gums around these plums. Oh yeah, yeah, in a non-dirty way, obviously. And Elgood's, I need to get Elgood's Plum Porter as well. And to be fair, any other Plum Porters, we need a full-on battle. The battle of the plums. Yes. It would be funny. But in any case, let's drink. It's tasting nice. It's going down a treat. When I first ventured into the world of beer reviews, St. Peter's Plum Porter, Titanic Plum Porter, King Goblin, there are some other beers. They were my king of beers. They were just the elite. They were above everything else. The journey has been a great journey. You know, I've had a fantastic journey through beers. And let's be fair, if it wasn't for this channel, I would have not have the amount of friends I've got now, and you know, it has been an amazing journey, and I'm absolutely, from the bottom of my heart, so thankful for it. I've put a lot of time into it, don't get me wrong. You know, there's a hell of a lot of time gone into this beer review malarkey. And I could be earning money in the evening doing other things. You know, doing my internet websites and stuff. But what it's done, it's gave me purpose. It's filled my head with good feelings. And it's got me more interested in beers than you could imagine. And to the point where the next step, the next evolutionary step for me is to go into grain brewing. That's the next step. It's going to happen. Why? Because I look what other people do. And I was sitting there one night watching TV 4 years ago. And all of a sudden, this little dude, you know, he didn't have a Jack Grealish haircut then, came on talking about a beer. And I'm looking at this little dude and I'm thinking, I can talk shite about beer. And that started the channel. And obviously over the years, the channel's got a little bit bigger. Is it as big as what I want it to be? No, I think we all, you know, if you're going to grow a channel, you'd like it to be bigger. And, you know, but there is a point. There is a point where, you know, would I like to stop doing work and just work on the channel full time. It's difficult, you know. When you get to a certain age, I suppose it would be a good thing. But at my age, 51, no, not really. Well, 50 actually, because I'm not 51 yet. Not yet. Yeah, Friday. Yeah, at Fort Park. Yeah. Kind of puts my two worlds together, the worlds of Wraggy. And that could have been a good name for the channel, really. But Scott on Wander have also already got Scott on Wander's world. And that's the last thing I want to do is look like I'm copying anybody's style, you know, or their what they are. And then you've got Chris the Butcher. I mean, I'm Raggy the Gardener. But again, you know, I think Raggy, just as Raggy, is better. You know, trademark that. Yeah. It's a weirdo thing, isn't it? So, here we are. Pour the rest in. And Mr. Harrison in Retford. This is nice, mate. If you watch these reviews, I don't know if you do or don't. You know, I don't know if anybody. You know, we have no knowledge of people who watch your reviews unless somebody says, "I watched your review and I either liked it or disliked it." You know, these things happen. Yeah, can't please everyone. But I'm doing it out of a Titanic glass because I feel not like I can see the Titanic. I can see that there. Can't see the other bit. But I feel that this is a really, really great beer that deserves to be applauded, if that's the word. That plum on the nose is sublime. And it just goes to show you that you can use plum essence. Now, that brings me to the interesting thing we're doing an imperial plum stout. This sort of plum on the nose is perfect. I would probably go for slightly more plumminess. I know that the good fellow who makes this, he on his recipes, and if you go on his site, you can check out his recipes. You can pay for them, or you can get them for free, and then type in a certain code, which makes me absolutely piss. I'm not going to tell you. Go and bloody check it out yourself. This is the beer from these guys, from this guy, that I wanted to taste all the way along. It's when I went up to the brew shed in Retford, flipping cracking little micro bar with food, lots of Harrison's Brewery beers on cask, keg, and in can. And I will get up there again when I go up next time I go up to see my brother. Yeah, and I think we'll stop over next time, get an hotel somewhere. And stop over, have a few beers, get a few beverages down us. He don't live overly far away from there, so we could get a hotel in Retford and stop over, and yeah, get them to meet us, and yeah, have a nice night in Retford, and or just at the brew shed, to be fair, because I wouldn't want to go any further. Not when the beer's this good. I mean, let's be fair. Wah. Oh, there's a battle that needs to be done. I need to do it. I need to get Titanic's Plum Porter, the Grand Reserve, the Plum Porter, St. Peter's Plum Porter, and maybe even Elgood's Plum Porter. Put them together. I know Bramall's doing a Plum Porter as well. So there's a review coming. Maybe a live one, but you know, a live Plum Porter battle. Yeah, get your plums out battle. Yeah. And this is something I need to do. If you've never had this, let me tell you, if you like Titanic Brewery, St. Peter's Plum Porter, you've got to bloody try this. Me, it is, and this swore obviously, but it is at that standard. Whoa. Oh, and the ABV is rather nice as well, 6.5%. Imagine this at 11 or 12. then we're talking. You know Wraggy's going to do it, don't you? You know it. You know it. Yeah. I'm going to brew an Imperial Plum Stout. But we'll call it a Plum Porter, but it don't really bloody matter. Taste the plum. So it was a good one. Oh, fucking hell, that's nice. Oh, plummy, earthy, big ABV, and the price is decent as well. You know, if anything, the Titanic's Grand Reserve is these days is a tad overpriced at the price, but people pay for it. So why are you going to reduce your prices? You're not. You're going to say, well, if you fuckers are paying for it, I'll just keep dishing it out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? But that is damn nice. And I love the honesty about brewing it, that you're using plum essence. You're not trying to say, oh, we do this and that. I'm using plum essence. That's it. I love honesty. As a gardener, as a beer reviewer, you know, I don't want bullshitters. You know, I want people who are honest. I don't want somebody who's getting paid, you know, slips a few £100 to do a beer review and pours a beer down the sink just to be, you know, just yeah, to make a point. That shit I don't like. Or to give a lager 9 out of 10 when, in retrospect, it's just a normal lager. So, and I'm not naming no names, so yeah. But this is an outstanding Plum Porter. And yes, it's another super long beer review. Do apologise for the length of beer reviews, but you know, when you get something really, really good, I expected this to be something really good because I've reviewed the beers. I bloody know that these make good beers, Harrison's Brewery, but that is top notch. I need to do a comparison review now. St. Peter's, Titanic. If I can get the Grand Reserve, yeah, maybe. But if I can't, then them two versus this. Beer versus beer. It's got to happen. And live as well. And I'll give notice out when I do it. I've got to try and get another can first. That's the biggest problem. Hopefully Kimberley Craft Ales have got another one in stock. But we'll see. Out of 5 for me. Oh, I'm off tanked, as you can notice, but that is tasting divine. A good 4.6 out of 5. Oh yeah, 4.6. But yeah, cracking beer nonetheless. Harrison's Brewery. You know, if you've never heard of them, you've never bought from them, check them out. Locally, Kimberley Craft Ales, Adventure Beer. If you don't live in Nottinghamshire, Leicestershire, Derbyshire, in the Adventure Beer, Kimberley Craft Ales is just a bottle shop based in Kimberley, so you've got to live nearby. Adventure Beer is a bit wider. If you live nationally, check out the website. Message them, see if they do a mixed case. See if they do a mixed case, we can order so many of each. You know, they're worth it. The beers are pretty cheap, to be fair, on the grand scale. You know, you're not paying £7 Verdant that you're paying at other places. About £3.54. That's not a bad price. And this is it for the review. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Cheers all. Oh, fucking lovely.